Hello, welcome everybody to my Pilates class, my virtual Pilates class. I hope you're all well and keeping safe and enjoying the sunshine, which seems to have just come out again. As always with my class, can you please listen to your own body? Nobody knows your body like you know your body. So please, if your body's saying no, it is saying no for a reason. If you need to go back and look at the introduction just to actually go through some of the other housekeeping rules and everything else, then please do. But as long as you've got a mat, a small towel just for some added comfort, and a drink just to hydrate. Okay, let's get started. So our feet are underneath our knees and our knees are underneath our hips. The feet are grounded, so lift up the toes, splay them out and then drop them back down on the mat. So the big toe, the small toe and the heels are evenly placed, and there's equal weight distribution on both the feet and the legs. Knees are nice and soft, pelvis is facing forward, tailbone is pointing down towards our heels. Lift out the hips, lengthen through the spine, bring the shoulders back and down with your arms by your side and your palms facing in. Lengthen through the neck, the head is parallel and the eyes are focused on the horizon. Breathe in. Take in the breath to the back and the sides of the rib cage, and as we breathe out we're going to pull the belly button in towards the spine. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And the next time you breathe out, you're just going to soften through the knees, tuck the tailbone down and under and bring the pubic bone up and forward. So we're going in and out of neutral. Now reverse that movement so the pubic bone goes down and under and the tailbone comes up and back. And again. One last time. As you breathe out next time, just come halfway between those two extremes, hold it there and breathe in. And as you breathe out, you're going to tighten through the back passage. Draw that feeling forward to the pubic bone and lifting up through the pelvic floor muscles, and like doing a zip up on a pair of jeans, you're going to take it into your abdominal muscles. Now your tummy muscles are tightened, your lower back will tighten. The core muscles that are between your rib cage and your pelvis on both the front and the back of the body have now engaged. This is your perfect posture, with the back of the head, the back of the shoulders and the back of the pelvis all being in line, giving you that perfect S-bend in your spine. Breathe in. And as we breathe out, we're just going to rotate the head to the left hand side. Back through the centre and over to the right. So we're waking up and mobilising the neck flexors and extensors and also the cervical spine. Back through the centre. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, you're just going to bring your chin down towards your chest and look over your left shoulder. Chin to chest. And right, keep it going. Next time, chin to chest, and then we're going to go straight over the top. Come back chin to chest and reverse. Now if you've got cracking and popping going on your neck, it's a good thing. The hydrogen is being released between the vertebrae, so you have the synovial fluid between the vertebrae, which means you have lubrication between the joints. It's a good thing. And then as you bring the head up this time, we're just going to bring the arms to a capital T. Breathe in. Breathe out, bring the arms forward. So keeping the arms nice and strong, and you're actually rotating the wrists in the direction you're going. Knees are still soft, pelvis is still tucked under, and the tummy muscles are still pulled in. And forward. And then back to a capital T. Drop the palms down, breathe in. Slide down that imaginary wall. So you should be feeling a nice stretch going on in your calf muscles at the moment. If you're feeling this in your thighs, you're leaning too far forward. If you're feeling this in your knees, then reduce your range of movement. Breathe in, breathe out, pull the belly in and just drop the arms down. As the arms come up, we begin to stand and take it up. And again, slide down that wall, pull the belly in. And up to the ceiling. Up to the ceiling, and as we come up, we're just going to come onto our toes. So there's a fair bit of balance today in today's lesson, so good luck. Keep smiling. Bring the heels down, bring the arms back down. And then breathe in, breathe out and allow the head to go forward. The shoulders go forward. You're pulling the belly button in and you're allowing your arms to come down to the mat. Now if you've got tight hamstrings, you will need to bend your knees. So the hands in front of the feet, you're lifting the belly button up towards the spine. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, you're just going to bring your left knee forward and stretching through the right leg. So you're getting a lovely stretch going on through your bottom and also through the back of your right leg. And swap sides. And swap. Keep the belly lifted, relax the head, relax the shoulders, relax the neck. And swap. Keep it going. 3 more on each side. Two more on each side. Last one each side. And then bend both knees, pull the belly in and bring yourself back up to a standing position. Arms go up to ceiling and then come onto your toes. So if you are unable to do certain exercises, I'm going to adapt them to actually suit you. Okay? Breathe in. Drop the heels back down and we're just going to go into an overhead side lateral bend. So allowing the lower arm to go down. And over to the other side. So try and keep the shoulder back if you possibly can. We want to get a nice stretch going through the triceps here, down, relax at the side of the body and through the oblique muscles of the waist. If you are leaning slightly forward, you're using different muscle groups. Range of movement is totally up to you. Now next time we come over to the right, hold it there, we're going to go into small pulses. So hold, take the shoulder slightly back, just look slightly up towards the ceiling and pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you need to put your hand on your hip, absolutely fine, it will help support your spine. Over to the other side. Take the shoulder back, look slightly up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then just bring your arms back down. Now we're going to go into some balance now. So you might want to come off the mat. Take the arms up to the ceiling. Breathe in, breathe out, and you're just going to lift the left knee up towards the nose and just wank in the belly. And swap sides. Now the next time you lift up the left knee, hold it there. Now take the arms up towards the ceiling and take the foot behind you. Just push through the chest and get that stretch. Take the arms forward. Now you can either toe tap down and then toe tap to the side and toe tap behind. Or we're going to actually take it up into one solid movement. Okay, so breathe in, lift the foot up, take it out and bring it behind. Out and forward. Out to the side. At any point you need to toe tap, just toe tap it down. And out to the side and forward. Out, behind. Out and forward. Out, behind. Take it out. Come onto that foot and we go into our curtsy. Bring yourself up and into your curtsy. Up and curtsy. Last one and curtsy. Bring yourself back up, take the arms up to 90. Get ready with that foot, so breathe in, breathe out, bring the knee up and down. And up. Now focus on one spot in front of you. The minute you start scanning around, you lose your focus, you lose your concentration, you'll lose your balance. Just like that. Now this time, lift the knee. And then as we take the arms up, just hold onto the fingers and you're just going to take that foot behind you. Push through the chest. And then bring that foot back down, take the arms forward, take the leg forward, take it out to the side and behind. Out and forward. Out, behind. Out, forward. Out, behind. Out, forward. Ooh. Out, behind. And then just take the leg to the side and then come back into your curtsy on each side. And then come back onto your mat, take the legs nice and wide. Okay, the wider the better. Now with any exercises we do with our lunges, we want to come down and make sure our knee does not bypass our ankle. So as long as you can see your toes, then you know that's not going to happen. Your toes do not need to be coming out your knee. It very much depends on the flexibility of your hips, your pelvis. Okay, so as long as you can see your toes, you are absolutely fine. So we're just going to start off, just hands resting on our thighs, head is above our tailbone, tummy is pulled in, knees are nice and soft, and we're just going to come into our lunge. So we're not leaning forward, we're not pushing the shoulder down. We're coming down nice and straight, so we're going to still have a nice, long, strong spine. Through the centre and over to the other side. Just double check you can see your toes. Your alternative is just reduce your range of movement. And down. Now take the arms out into a capital T and down. Next time you're going to go over to the left. We're going to take that left arm up towards the ceiling, arch through the back, pull the shoulders back and look up towards the ceiling. Come back through the centre, over to the other side. Take the shoulder back, look up towards the ceiling. Come back into a capital T, come back to centre, rotate. So we've now got our left foot forward, our right foot is behind us. So we're going to go into our lunge. So the hand's just going to stay on the thighs to start off with, onto your back tippy toes. You can still see your toes, your knees isn't bypassing your ankle, and you're just going to lengthen through that spine, lengthen through that back leg. Hold it there. Come back up to centre, and this time take the arms forward. Over the top they go, into your circle, and forward. Over the top, and forward. Two more like this. Last one like this. Hold it there. Now bring the arms behind, come back to center. Lift up your thumbs, you'll lift up your hands. So you want to drop your shoulders down, lift up the arms, and we're going to go into a thumb stretch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is an underarm tightener. It does exactly what it says on the tin if it had a tin. Keep it going. For those of you who know me, you know I can't count and talk at the same time, so we're just going to wing it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the arms forward. Come forward onto that right front knee. Drop the back knee down. And up. Down. And up. Down. Up. Down. Up. Two more. Down. Up. Last one. Down. Hold it. And bring your hands to the mat. Foot sandwich into your run man position. So drop the hips as low as you possibly can. Make sure that you have a nice long strong back leg. Now drop the back knee down whilst you take your front leg into your pigeon position. So you want your left leg to be in front of you, your knees to be in front of you, and your left foot to be inside that groin, opposite groin. Now as in pigeon, just push through the chest and look up. Now we're going to go into our plank position. So we'll get you into rest first of all, so you can just watch what we're doing. So just bring both knees together, both feet together, and come down into your rest. And then just look up and I'll show you what we're going to do next. So we're going to come into our plank. There are options. Okay, this is where I would like you to be. Fingers are splayed, hands are underneath our shoulders. Our ears aren't up to our neck, our hips are lower than our shoulders, and we have a really nice long strong spine. This is ideally where you should be. Alternatives are you can drop your knees. Not a problem at all, you're still working against gravity. Another alternative, if you have weak wrists, elbows or shoulders, you can come down to your forearm, either on your knees, or you can have an extended plank. Okay, so come into your plank position. Hands are underneath the shoulders, fingers are splayed. I always splay my fingers, it just means you've got some more surface area. Extend, extend, and hold. Lift that belly in, tighten through the bottom and tuck your belly under. Really feel the engagement. Lindsay, come on, hold it there. You know who you are, keep it going. Keep it going. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take the bottom up towards the ceiling. Into your down dog. Push your heels down to the mat. Try and get your chest towards your thighs, but neither have been able to do that. Just lengthen through the back of the body. Lift up the belly. Now bring yourself forward and bring your front leg, your opposite leg, into your run man position. So keeping the hip down again, that back leg nice and long. And then just keeping the back leg nice and long, take the front leg into your pigeon position. Again, making sure that your foot is in your opposite groin. And you want to just wiggle yourself to the point that you can actually feel it in your bottom. If you're not feeling it in your bottom, then just you need to find that position, okay? A really nice, long, strong stretch right the way through the bottom. Push through the chest. And then from this position, just come onto your bottom and turn yourself around. And then we're going to come onto our sit bones. Now, these are our front sit bones, okay, which is nice and tall. These are our back sit bones. They're curving you through the stomach. You need to pull the tummy in. You're roughly around here is going to be where your bite is. The main thing is, if you ever come into this position, you do not want your feet lifted. The minute your feet are lifted, you're actually working your thighs as opposed to your stomach. So all you have to do is bring them in. Okay, that's all you have to do. For this exercise, we're going to come down onto our sit bones. Okay, so breathe in, breathe out, pull the belly in. And then just take yourself just behind your back sit bones. So take your left leg up towards the ceiling. Breathe in, breathe out, and it's just going to be a toe tap down, up, toe tap down, up. Keep it going. So you want to be feeling a nice little pull going on your lower abs, so your internal and external oblique muscles, down. Now if this is too much for your back, you can put your hands behind you, but don't use your hands as your support, okay? You really do want to be working your stomach muscles for this. And down. Now up. Now we're going to extend the leg away. Bring it in, tap it down. So each time the shin is in line with the ceiling, unless you've got a vaulted ceiling, when hopefully it's not. And down, up, extend, in, down, up, extend, in, down, up, extend, in, down, up, extend. Don't lose your head in your shoulders. Up. Remember you have a neck. 2 more on this side. Last one on this side. And then bring that leg in. Take that other leg up to a nice straight shin and toe tap it down. And up. Down. Up. Down. Up. Down. Up, down, up, down, up. Now extend, and in, tap it down, and up, extend, in, down, up, extend, in, down, up, extend, in. 6 more, down, up, extend, in, down, up, extend, in, down, up, extend, in, down, up, extend, in. Last one, down, up. You can do it. Extend and in, and then bring yourself forward over the top of your knees and just relax through the back. And relax through the neck. And just rest yourself there, just a moment. And then just bring yourself back up again. Make sure you've got space behind you, and then come down onto your back into your supine position. Just allow the hands to go above the head and lengthen out through the legs. Point the toes and just full body stretch. Release of any tension you created through any of the back or the levers, the muscles on the arms and the legs. And then just bring one knee in, bring the other knee in, walk forwards, backwards, side to side. And again, just release off any stresses you've got in the spine. Now drop your right leg down and you want to be with your right hand is inside your left leg. Your left hand is on the outside of your left leg. So I'll give you a minute just to work that one out. Okay, lift up the head, pull the belly button into the spine. Extend the lengthened leg away, breathe in, breathe out, and swap. And swap. And swap. Swap. Keep it going. Swap. Look at your belly. If it's trying to pop out, pull it back in. Swap. 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 4 more each side. Swap. 3 more each side. Last one each side. And then bring both knees into the chest, allow the head to roll from side to side, releasing off any tension in the neck. Another abdominal exercise we're just going to go straight into. So we're going to take both legs up towards the ceiling. You're going to hold behind the calf of your right leg and take the left leg down towards the mat. Lift up the head, pull that belly in, breathe out, and swap. So we're going into scissors. Swap. So try and keep the elevated leg as long as you possibly can. Three more each side. 2 more. Last one each side. And again, bring the knees back into the chest, allow the head to roll from side to side. Taking your arms out into a capital T, and your knees are above your hips. Breathe in, breathe out, and you're just going to let both legs just go over to the right hand side. Now, eyes are just looking left. You are in charge of how far you take it. Okay, so your arms are acting as your stabilising muscles. They are stopping you going too far. Come back over. Now, if you prefer to put your feet down on the floor and do this with just a knee drop, that's absolutely fine. Come back through the centre. Now if you want to extend that stretch, just allow your top leg to extend further. It might be a little bit too much for some people, so just bring your foot back in again. Go through the centre and over to the other side. And then back through the centre. Drop both feet down on the mat. Take your right leg up towards the ceiling. Hold behind your calf muscles, your hamstring. If you've got any rogue hairs, just grab hold of those. If you want to, you can lift your head up and see if you can get your nose a little bit closer towards your knee. Drop the head down, let go of the leg down. Take the leg across the centre line of the body so it's now in line with the outside knee of the opposite leg. And point. And flex. And point, flex, point, and flex. Hold that flex. Come back to centre, bring that knee into the chest, extend the other leg down the mat. So now we're just opening up again through the hip flexors. Taking your left hand, bring that right knee across the body. You want to be stretching through your hips and your bottom. Now it might take a second or two to work out that you've actually done that. And this is a fantastic stretching exercise for anyone who's got sciatica or tight hips. If you want to actually increase that stretch, bring the knee a little bit closer towards the nose. Bring that foot back down to the mat, take the other leg up towards the ceiling. Hold behind the calf muscles, lift up the head if you want to. go ahead, take the leg across the centre line of the body so it's now in line with the outside knee, and point, and flex, and point, and flex, and point, and hold the flex. Now if your leg is bouncing around all over the place, what's actually happening is you're trying to stress and overstress the muscle. It doesn't like it. So just release the leg off a little bit. Your muscles will stretch when they're ready to. Come back to centre, bring your knee into the chest, extend the other leg down the mat. And then taking your right hand, bring that left knee across the body. Again, just stretching through the hips and the bottom. And then just bring both legs nice and long. Breathe in, put the hands above the head. Breathe in. Breathe out. You're going to push your belly button into the spine goes into the mat. The arms start going above the head, above the shoulders. The head starts lifting. Pull the belly button in. And then you're going to bring yourself up and push yourself forward and see how close you can get towards your knees. Bring yourself back up, pull the belly in, take yourself back down to the mat. Now I know you can do this. So don't give up on it. Breathe in and breathe out. Arms go above. Belly starts going into the spine. Spine starts going into the mat. Lift the head, lift the shoulders, lift the neck. Using your stomach muscles. A little bit of momentum is absolutely fine. This is where you could possibly lose your trousers. And then just bring yourself back up to a seated position. Tuck the knees under, tuck the toes under, and nice and gracefully bring yourself back up to a standing position. Take the left arm up towards the ceiling, stretch, 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 and take it behind. Hold between the shoulder and the elbow, and then just pull that arm across. Again, you're just stretching through the shoulders, stretching through the triceps at the side of the body, the lats and the oblique muscles. Bring the arm forward and open up through that shoulder blade. Swap sides, lift, 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 and behind. Take the arm across and increase that stretch. And then bring the arm forward. Keeping the knees nice and soft. The tummy muscles are still being pulled in. And we're just going to bring our arms down. Now, feet are underneath our knees are underneath our hips. Knees are soft, pelvis is facing forward, tailbone is pointing down towards our heels. We're going to breathe in. And as we breathe out, the arms are going to go forward into a statutory end of lesson swing through. To release off any tension we've created through any of the muscle groups, whether they be big or small. Also through any of the joints, and to bring our blood pressure back to normal. Thank you very, very much for joining me. I hope you have actually enjoyed it. Please give me a thumbs up if you have. Enjoy the sunshine. Please stay safe. Please stay well. And I look forward to seeing you again. Thank you.